She destroyed 3 perfect relationships, 3 different men, 3 wedding dresses, and every single time she ran. Not because they were wrong, not because she didn't love them, but because something inside her, something she couldn't control, made her sabotage everything. The terrifying part? She had no idea why. Until a therapist asked her one question about a moment when she was 6 years old. And suddenly everything made sense. Right now there's a pattern running your relationships. An invisible force deciding who you choose, how you love, how you fight, and when you leave. It's not your personality. It's not bad luck. It's something that was programmed into you before you turned 7. And most people will live their entire lives without ever discovering what it is. This pattern doesn't just affect romance. It controls how you connect with friends, how you trust colleagues, how you bond with your children. It's the reason some people cling too tight while others can't get close at all. It's why some relationships feel like drowning and others feel like starving. And the worst part? You've been repeating the same cycle for years, maybe decades, without realizing it. But here's what nobody tells you. This pattern isn't random. It has a name. It has a science. And it all goes back to one thing: what happened when you were too young to even remember. A missed hug. An absent parent. A promise that was broken. These moments created a blueprint that's been running your life ever since. So how does a childhood you barely remember control your adult relationships? Why do you keep choosing the same type of person even when you promise yourself you won't? What makes someone chase love desperately while someone else runs from it in terror? And most importantly, can you break free from a pattern that was created decades ago? Before we answer that, we need to go back. Back to where it all started. Back to the moment everything changed. She was standing in her wedding dress, looking at herself in the mirror. Everything was perfect. The venue, the flowers, the man waiting for her at the altar. But something inside her was screaming. And before anyone could stop her, she ran. She left everything behind. The dress, the life, the love. This wasn't the first time. It was the 3rd time she had destroyed a perfect relationship. And the terrifying part? She had no idea why. Until she discovered something that changed everything. Something that might be controlling your life right now without you even knowing it. Sarah is 32 years old. Successful career. Beautiful. Intelligent. But she can't keep a relationship alive for more than 2 years. Every time someone gets too close, every time someone says those 3 words with real meaning, something inside her shuts down. She becomes cold. Distant. She picks fights over nothing. She finds flaws that don't exist. And then she leaves. Always she leaves. Her friends call her picky. Her family says she's afraid of commitment. But the truth is much darker. Much deeper. And it all started when she was just 6 years old. Let me take you back. Sarah is 6. It's the school play. She's playing the lead role. She's been practicing for weeks. Every night before bed, she rehearses her lines. And there's only one thing she wants. One person she needs to see her. Her mother. She begs her mom to come. Her mother smiles and says, "Of course, sweetheart, I'll be there." Sarah believes her. She's 6. She trusts completely. The curtain opens. Sarah looks into the audience. She scans every face. Every row. Her mother isn't there. The play ends. Everyone is hugging their parents. Sarah stands alone. Her teacher tries to comfort her. But something breaks inside that little girl. Something that will control her for the next 26 years. That moment created a blueprint. A pattern. A belief system that whispered, people you love will disappoint you. Don't trust them. Don't need them. Protect yourself. And Sarah's adult brain? It obeyed perfectly. Every time a man showed up consistently, every time someone proved they were reliable, her nervous system screamed danger. Because consistency wasn't familiar. Abandonment was familiar. So she recreated it. Over and over and over. She became the person who left first. Before they could leave her. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever sabotaged something good? Have you ever pushed away someone who truly loved you? Drop a comment right now and tell me. Have you ever destroyed a relationship and didn't understand why? Here's what nobody tells you. Your romantic relationships aren't really about the other person. They're about a 6-year-old child still living inside you. Still waiting in that audience. Still scanning for a face that never showed up. Psychologists call this your attachment style. And it's one of the most powerful forces in your life. More powerful than your personality. More powerful than your intentions. More powerful than love itself. Because it operates in the shadows. In your subconscious. Making decisions before your conscious mind even wakes up. There are 4 attachment styles. 4 invisible puppet masters controlling how you love, how you fight, how you connect, how you run. Let me show you each one. And I promise you, you'll recognize yourself, or someone you love, or someone who broke your heart. Attachment style number 1, secure. These are the lucky ones. About 40% of people. They had parents who were consistently available, emotionally and physically. When they cried, someone came. When they needed comfort, they got it. When they explored the world, they had a safe base to return to. These people grow up believing, I am worthy of love. Others are trustworthy. Relationships are safe. They communicate directly. They don't play games. They can be intimate without losing themselves. They can be independent without abandoning others. If you have a secure attachment style, cherish it. Protect it. You won the childhood lottery. Attachment style number 2, anxious. About 20% of people. These individuals had inconsistent parenting. Sometimes mom was warm and loving. Sometimes she was cold and distant. Sometimes she was there. Sometimes she vanished. The child never knew what to expect. So they became hypervigilant. Always scanning for signs of rejection. Always seeking reassurance. Always terrified of abandonment. These people grow up and become the partner who texts 40 times a day. Who checks your phone. Who needs constant validation. Who says I love you after 3 dates. Who interprets every small distance as rejection. Who creates drama to test if you'll stay. It's not that they're crazy. It's that they're still that child, desperately trying to keep an unpredictable parent close. Let me tell you about Marcus. 38 years old. He's been married for 5 years. Every single day he checks his wife's location on her phone. Not once. Not twice. Minimum 15 times a day. Sometimes 40. He says it's for safety. But his wife feels suffocated. She can't go to the grocery store without 3 texts asking when she'll be home. The truth? Marcus's father left when he was 8. No warning. One day he was there. The next day gone. Marcus's nervous system learned, people disappear. So watch them. Track them. Hold them tight. Because the moment you relax, they'll vanish. His wife isn't his wife. She's his father. And he's still 8 years old, desperately trying to prevent the abandonment. Attachment style number 3, avoidant. About 25% of people. These individuals had parents who were emotionally unavailable. Not abusive. Not cruel. Just absent. The parents provided food, shelter, safety. But not emotional connection. When the child was scared, they were told to toughen up. When the child cried, they were told to stop being dramatic. When the child needed a hug, they got a lecture about independence. So the child learned, emotions are weakness. Needing people is dangerous. Self-sufficiency is survival. These people grow up and become the partner who never says I love you. Who flinches when you try to hold their hand. Who works 70 hours a week to avoid intimacy. Who breaks up when things get too close. Who says they need space. Who values freedom above connection. It's not that they don't love you. It's that love feels like drowning. This was Sarah. The woman in the wedding dress. The runner. She had an avoidant attachment style. Her mother wasn't mean. She was just busy. Always working. Always stressed. Always unavailable. When Sarah tried to hug her, her mother would stiffen. When Sarah shared her feelings, her mother would say, "You're fine, stop being so sensitive." So Sarah learned, don't need anyone. Don't show vulnerability. Don't depend on love. Take care of yourself. And she did. Perfectly. She built walls so high that no one could climb them. And when someone tried, when someone brought a ladder and started climbing, she burned the ladder. Every single time. Attachment style number 4, disorganized. About 15% of people. This is the most painful one. These individuals had parents who were both their source of comfort and their source of fear. Maybe a parent who was loving when sober but terrifying when drunk. Maybe a parent who hugged them one moment and hit them the next. The child's brain breaks. Because the person who is supposed to protect them is also the person hurting them. They run toward their parent for safety. But their parent is the danger. This creates a devastating paradox. These people grow up and become the partner who says I love you and I hate you in the same breath. Who pulls you close then pushes you away. Who creates chaos because chaos is familiar. Who both craves and fears intimacy. Who has explosive relationships that end in flames. It's not manipulation. It's survival. It's a nervous system that never learned what is safe. Now here's the question burning in your mind. Which one are you? Take a moment. Think about your last 3 relationships. Do you chase or run? Do you cling or withdraw? Do you need constant reassurance or do you value independence above all? Do you create drama or avoid conflict? Your answer reveals your childhood. Because your attachment style isn't about who you are. It's about who raised you. and what they taught you about love. But here's the part that will haunt you. You don't just have one attachment style. You can have different styles with different people. You might be secure with friends but avoidant with romantic partners. You might be anxious with your spouse but secure with your children. Your attachment style is context-dependent, relationship-dependent. It shifts and morphs depending on who triggers what wound. Sarah was confident and secure at work, respected, valued, promoted. But the moment a man told her he loved her, that 6-year-old girl appeared, terrified, abandoned, running. Let me show you how deep this goes. Researchers did a study. They brought couples into a lab. They asked them to discuss a conflict, a real issue in their relationship. They recorded everything: words, tone, body language, heart rate, cortisol levels. And here's what they found. When an anxious person feels threatened, their heart rate spikes. Their body floods with stress hormones. They lean in. They raise their voice. They demand resolution right now. Because to them, unresolved conflict means abandonment is coming. When an avoidant person feels threatened, their heart rate also spikes. But they do the opposite. They shut down. They go cold. They leave the room. Because to them, emotional intensity means loss of control. Now put an anxious person and an avoidant person in a relationship. Do you see the trap? The anxious person chases. The avoidant person runs. The more one chases, the more the other runs. The more one runs, the more the other chases. It's a dance. A painful, predictable dance. And both people are just trying to survive childhood wounds. This is exactly what happened to Sarah and David. David was anxious. He needed connection. He needed words of affirmation. He needed quality time. Sarah was avoidant. She needed space. She needed independence. She needed freedom. In the beginning it worked. David's pursuit made Sarah feel desired. Sarah's distance made David feel challenged. But after 6 months the pattern emerged. David would say, "We need to talk about us." Sarah would say, "We're fine, stop overthinking." David would say, "I feel like you're pulling away." Sarah would say, "I just need some space." David would panic and chase harder. Sarah would feel suffocated and withdraw further. Eventually Sarah left. David was devastated. Sarah felt relieved. Both were confused. Neither understood they were reenacting childhood trauma. If you're watching this and you're thinking about someone right now, someone who hurt you or someone you hurt, leave a comment. Tell me, were you the chaser or the runner? Because awareness is the first step. Understanding is the beginning of healing. Now let's go deeper. Let's go back to where it all started. Your childhood. Specifically, your first 7 years. Neuroscience is clear. The majority of your neural pathways are formed before age 7. Your brain is watching everything. How does mom respond when I cry? How does dad react when I'm scared? Do my needs matter? Am I safe? Am I loved? And based on those observations, your brain builds a model. A working model of relationships. This model becomes your operating system. Your default programming. And unless you consciously reprogram it, it will run your life. Sarah's mother wasn't a bad person. She was overwhelmed. She was a single mom working 2 jobs. She was exhausted. She was doing her best. But her best meant Sarah's emotional needs were often unmet. When Sarah was scared at night, her mother said, "You're a big girl, go back to bed." When Sarah fell and scraped her knee, her mother said, "You're okay, walk it off." When Sarah wanted to cuddle, her mother said, "Not now, I'm busy." None of this was malicious. But it sent a message: your emotions are inconvenient. Your needs are too much. Don't be needy. Be strong. Be independent. So Sarah became the strongest, most independent person you'll ever meet. And the loneliest. Here's the tragedy. The very adaptations that helped you survive childhood become the prison that traps you in adulthood. Sarah's independence saved her as a child. It protected her from disappointment. But as an adult, it prevented her from experiencing real intimacy. Marcus's hypervigilance protected him from being blindsided again. But as an adult, it destroyed his marriage. Your survival strategies are outdated software running on new hardware. And they're glitching. Badly. But here's the hope. Here's why I'm telling you this story. Attachment styles are not permanent. They can change. They can heal. They can transform. You are not doomed to repeat your childhood forever. Sarah proved this. After she ran from her 3rd wedding, she hit rock bottom. She sat alone in her apartment, still in her wedding dress. And she asked herself the question that changes everything. Why do I keep doing this? She found a therapist who specialized in attachment trauma. And the real work began. Not easy work. Not fast work. Painful, slow, terrifying work. She had to go back to that 6-year-old girl standing alone after the school play. She had to feel the abandonment she had spent 26 years avoiding. She had to cry the tears she had never allowed herself to cry. She had to grieve the mother she needed but never had. And slowly something shifted. The wall started to come down. The fear started to quiet. The little girl started to heal. Sarah learned something profound. She learned that her avoidance wasn't protecting her. It was isolating her. She learned that vulnerability wasn't weakness. It was courage. She learned that needing someone wasn't pathetic. It was human. She learned that love required risk. And risk required trust. And trust required healing the wounds that taught her trust was dangerous. It took 2 years of therapy. 2 years of sitting with discomfort. 2 years of practicing new behaviors that felt terrifying. Responding instead of running. Staying instead of leaving. Communicating instead of shutting down. It was like learning a new language. A language her nervous system didn't speak. And then something miraculous happened. She met Alex. Alex was different. Not because he was perfect, but because Sarah was different. When Alex said "I love you," Sarah didn't run. She felt the fear. She acknowledged it. And she stayed. When conflict arose, Sarah didn't withdraw. She took a breath. She said, "This is hard for me, but I want to work through this." When Alex needed reassurance, Sarah didn't mock him. She provided it. Not perfectly. Not every time. But enough. And slowly, Sarah experienced something she had never felt before. Safety. Real safety. The kind that doesn't require walls. The kind that comes from being truly seen and staying anyway. 1 year later, Sarah and Alex are still together. They're not engaged. They're not rushing. They're building something real. Something stable. Something that honors both of their healing journeys. Because Alex has his own wounds. His own attachment story. His own work to do. And they're doing it together. Not perfectly. But honestly. And that's what matters. Here's what I need you to understand. Your attachment style is not your fault. You didn't choose your childhood. You didn't choose your parents. You didn't choose the wounds you carry. But healing those wounds? That's your responsibility. No one else can do it for you. Not your partner. Not your therapist. Not time. Only you. And it starts with awareness. It starts with looking at your patterns. Your fears. Your automatic reactions. And asking, is this me or is this my wound? The next time you feel the urge to run, pause. Ask yourself, am I running from danger or from intimacy? The next time you feel the urge to chase, pause. Ask yourself, am I seeking connection or am I seeking proof I won't be abandoned? The next time you feel yourself shutting down, pause. Ask yourself, am I protecting myself or am I isolating myself? These pauses create space. And in that space you can choose differently. You can respond instead of react. You can heal instead of repeat. Your childhood shaped your attachment style. But your awareness can reshape it. Your courage can rewrite it. Your commitment to healing can transform it. You are not sentenced to repeat the past. You can break the cycle. You can love differently. You can connect authentically. You can build relationships that don't recreate your wounds but heal them. Sarah did it. Thousands of others have done it. And you can too. So I'm asking you right now, what's your attachment style? Are you secure, anxious, avoidant, or disorganized? And more importantly, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep blaming your partners? Keep saying you're unlucky in love? Keep pretending your patterns are just coincidence? Or are you going to do the hard work? The real work? The work that actually changes your life? If this video resonated with you, if you saw yourself in Sarah's story, if you recognized your patterns, do 2 things. First, leave a comment below and share your attachment style. Be honest. Be vulnerable. This community is here to support you, not judge you. Second, hit that subscribe button because we're going deep into psychology, trauma, and transformation every single week. These aren't just stories. They're maps. Maps that can guide you out of the patterns that have kept you stuck for years. Remember, that 6-year-old child inside you is still waiting, still hoping, still believing that maybe, just maybe, someone will show up. You can be that someone. You can show up for yourself. You can give that child the love, the safety, the validation they never received. And when you do, everything changes. Your relationships change. Your life changes. You change. Not because you found the perfect partner, but because you became the partner you needed all along. The partner who shows up, who stays, who loves without fear, who trusts without terror, who connects without losing themselves. Your attachment style was shaped by your childhood. But your future? That's shaped by your choices. Choose healing. Choose awareness. Choose courage. Choose love. Real love. The kind that doesn't run. The The kind that doesn't chase. The kind that simply stays and builds and grows. That's the love you deserve. That's the love you're capable of. That's the love waiting for you on the other side of your healing. So what are you waiting for? That little child inside you has waited long enough. It's time to go back. Pick them up. Hold them close. And tell them, I'm here now. I'm not leaving. We're going to be okay. Together we're going to heal. Together we're going to love. Together we're going to break the cycle. Starting today. Starting now.